This video is sponsored by Skillshare. Hey guys, welcome back to this brand new After Effects tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create this type of nice and simple like notification for YouTube videos inside of Adobe After Effects. So I am Vikash for Skyline Motions, and without any further ado, let's take a new project and get started. Alright, so here we are in Adobe After Effects, and first of all we have to take a new composition. So click on this new composition button or just go to composition, take a new composition, and this is gonna be our main composition. So let's call it main. And set the size of this composition 1920 by 1080. Let's go with any frame rate. So in this case, I am going with 30 frames per second. And if you want a smooth animation, then you can go with 60 frames per second. And set the duration of this composition 6 seconds long, which is good enough for this animation, and hit OK. Now we have to create a rectangular shape. So select this rectangle tool, click on fill, set it to solid color. Pick this white color, click on this stroke and turn off this stroke, and just create a nice rectangular shape just like this. Open this rectangle 1, open this rectangle path 1, and here we have this width and height. So click on this unlink button and unlink this width and height, and I'm gonna set this value 1200 in width and 300 in height. All right, and here we have this roundness, so I'm going to set this value 60, and now we get this type of rectangular shape. And after that we have to set this anchor point in the center of this rectangular shape. So select this pan behind tool, select this layer and set this anchor point in the center of this rectangular shape. Make sure your snapping is turned on. And now let's close this layer, right click on that, click on rename, and this is going to be our background. So let's call it BZ for background. And after that we need some assets. So just go to project window, right click on that, click on import file, and here we have this hand, blue like button and gray like button, and we have this YouTube logo. Select all these assets, click on import, and if you want to download these assets, just go to the link in the description. And now I'm going to use this YouTube logo. So just drag this YouTube into this main composition, hit S on the keyboard to open this scale property, and I'm going to set this scale value maybe 20%. Hit Control and scroll up to zoom in. Select this move tool, and I'm going to set this YouTube logo right over here. Maybe it's looking nice. Turn off the snapping for a moment, and after that we have to type a text right over here. So select this text tool, go to character. If you can't see this character, then go to window and check this option character, and here you can select your favorite font style. So in this case I'm using this Century Gothic font style, and I'm going to set the size of this text 70 pixel maybe. Click over here and type like this video. Alright, now select this move tool and set this text right over here. It's looking nice, and after that we have to create a like button right over here. So what we have to do, we have to import this like gray button into this main composition. Hit S on the keyboard to open this scale property, and I'm going to set this scale value maybe 10%, and just place this like button right over here maybe. Now select this layer, hit Ctrl D to duplicate, and select this bottom one, right click on that, click on rename, and this is going to be dislike button. So call it dislike. Select this dislike button, just drag it right over here. Hit R on the keyboard to open this rotation, and I'm going to set this value 180 and just place it right over here maybe. And now we have the like and dislike button, and I'm going to animate the like button. So we have to create a blue button just over on this button. So what we have to do, just select this one, hit Ctrl D to duplicate, and select this top layer, select this blue like button in this project window, hold Alt on the keyboard and just drag this blue like button over on this top layer. And now we have a blue like button over on the gray button. Now I'm going to animate this blue button. So just go to on 3 second, maybe middle of this timeline, and select these two buttons. Right click on that, click on this pre-compose, and let's call it button. Check this option, move all attributes into the new composition, hit OK, and open this button. I'm gonna split the layer from here. So select both the layers, hit Ctrl Shift D to split the layer, and now just keep the first one as it is, delete the second one. For this blue like button, select this bottom one and hit delete. And we have this type of transition, as you can see. Now go to main composition, and here we have gray to blue animation, as you can see. All right, now I'm going to create click animation for this like button. So before we proceed further, let me tell you this video is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community for creatives where millions come together to take the next step in their creative journey. Skillshare offers thousands of inspiring classes for creatives and curious people on the topic including illustration, design, photography, video, freelancing, and more. Skillshare offers creative classes designed for real life and all the circumstances that comes with it. These lessons can help you to stay inspired, express yourself, and introduce you to a community of millions. You can check out this course, Animation for Graphics Designers, How to Animate a Logo on a Skillshare by William Castling, and learn how to bring your logos to life with animation. This class is perfect for designers who want to learn how to bring their static work into the world of moment, from initial storyboards to animating in the After Effects. Skillshare are also very affordable for everyone. It's less than $10 a month with an annual subscription. And the best thing is that the first 1,000 people to use the link given in the description will get a free trial of a Skillshare premium membership. Just go to the link in the description and check this out. So just select this button composition, hit S on the keyboard to open this scale property. Now we can animate from here, but there is a problem. So how to fix this problem? We have to set this anchor point in the center of this like button. So select this pan behind tool and set this anchor point in the center of this like button right over here. All right, now let's animate the like button. So just go to on 3 second, click on this stopwatch button to create a keyframe on a scale property. Go to 10 frame back in time. If you are working on 60 frame per second, you have to go back 20 frame. All right, now click on this button and lock this position as it is. Go to 10 frame forward in time from 3 second and add one more keyframe and lock this value. Go to the center of these two keyframe on 3 second and let's down the value. So I'm going to set this 80%, and now we have a click kind of animation, and select all the keyframes, hit F9 on the keyboard to easy ease them, and now we have a nice click animation, as you can see. All right, and after that we have to create animated line over here. So what we have to do, just click on the blank area, select this rectangle tool, go to field, set it to solid color, and for the color I'm gonna go with this gray color. So pick this gray color, hit OK, and now let's create a rectangular shape just like this. All right, open this rectangle 1, open this rectangle path 1, and here we have size. So unlink this width and height, and I'm going to set this width value something around 350 and height value 6 pixel. Now just select this shape layer, right click on that, click on rename, call it line gray, hit OK. And after that, let's close this layer, hit Control and scroll up to zoom in and select this move tool, and we have to set this line just like this. All right, and after that we have to duplicate this line, so select this one, hit Control D to duplicate, open this second layer and open this content, open this rectangle one, and here we have this transform rectangle one, so open this transform rectangle one, and after that select this second layer, go to fill, and let's change this fill color to blue, hit OK. Now I'm going to animate this blue line. So what we have to do, just select this transform rectangle one and select this pan behind tool, and here we have a different type of anchor point. So let's move this anchor point on left hand side right over here, and then hit Control and scroll down to zoom out, select this move tool, and here we have this scale, so unlink this width and height, and I'm gonna animate this width only. All right, so just go to on 3 second, set this value 20% in starting, and turn on the stopwatch button to create a keyframe on a scale property. Go to 2 second forward in time on 5 second, and I'm gonna set this value 80%. All right, and now we have this type of animation. Now select both the keyframe, hit F9 on the keyboard to easy ease them, go to your graph editor. If your graph editor not looking like this, then right click on that, click on this edit a speed graph, and select this point, hold this handle and just drag it like this. Now close this layer, close this graph editor, and here we have this type of very interesting animation. All right, and after that we have to animate hand cursor. So what we have to do, just select this hand cursor, just drag this hand cursor into this main composition, hit S on the keyboard to open this scale property, and I'm going to set this scale value 40%, and just drag this hand cursor over on this like button right over here, and hit P on the keyboard to open this position property, and go to on 2 second right over here, lock this position value as it is, go to on 4 second, lock this value again, go to 5 second, and just drag this mouse cursor outside of this frame over here maybe, and then go to on 1 second, and again we have to drag it down and place this mouse cursor outside of this frame. Select all the keyframe, hit F9 on the keyboard to easy ease them, go to your graph editor, and now select this point, hold this handle and just drag it like this. Select this point, hold this handle and just drag it like this. All right, and after that close this graph editor, click on fit, and let's take a look. All right, so it's looking nice. And now I'm going to create the click animation. So just go to on 3 second, this time hit S on the keyboard to open this scale property, lock this value as it is, go to 10 frame back in time, and I'm going to create one more keyframe and lock this value, go to 10 frame forward in time right over here, add one more keyframe and lock this value, and just go to the center of this keyframe, and here we have to down the value, so I'm going to set this value 30%, and select all the keyframe, hit F9 on the keyboard to easy ease them, and now we have a click animation just like this. All right, and now hit U on the keyboard to open these active keyframes, and now we have to tweak the keyframes a little bit. So Just go to 10 frame forward in time from this keyframe and just move this keyframe right over here maybe, and go to 10 frame back in time from this keyframe and just move this keyframe right over here and close this layer. Go to very first frame and we have this type of nice and simple animation. Just click on fit, and after that we have to animate this one. So we have to take a new null object. So just go to layer, go to new, take a new null object, and this is going to be animation 01. And after that, just go to the center of this timeline and select this background and select this YouTube logo and pick this pick whip. If you can't see this pick whip, click on this toggle switches and pick this pick whip and attach this with animation 1. All right, and just go to on to second, hit P on the keyboard to open this position property, lock this position as it is, go to on for second, lock this position as it is, and go to the end of this animation and just drag these shape outside of this frame. Go to very first frame and just drag it outside of this frame right over here, and now select all the keyframe, hit F9 on the keyboard to easy ease them. Go to your graph editor, hold this point and just drag it like this, hold this point also and just drag it like this. Close this graph editor, close this layer, and now let's take a look. It's looking much more interesting, as you can see. Now I'm gonna create a time gap between these like button and the text and the background. So what we have to do, just go to the center of this timeline, select this animation, hit Ctrl D to duplicate, hit U on the keyboard to open these active keyframe, and we have to tweak the timing. So just go to 2 frame forward in time, just move this keyframe over here and just go to 2 frame back in time from here and move the keyframe on here. Place the CTI right over here, and we have to leave this background and YouTube logo and select this text, dislike button, button, line gray 2, and leave the hand cursor as it is, and pick this pick whip and attach this with animation 02. All right, and now we have much more interesting animation, as you can see. All right, and after that select all the layers, right click on that, click on pre-compose, and this is going to be animation, so let's call it animation. Check this option, move all attributes into the new composition, hit OK. After that we have to create like particles. So what we have to do, we have to take a new composition. So click on this composition button, or you can also go over here, take a new composition. This is going to be particle, so let's call it particle. Leave the setting as it is, hit OK. Let's import the blue like button into this composition. Turn off the visibility of this like button, and then go to layer, take a new solid layer, call it likes, hit OK. Select this like solid layer, go to effect, go to simulation and select this CC particle world. Let's open this particle, and here we have to change this particle type textured square. Open this texture, select this texture layer, blue like button, and as you can see we have animated likes, but this is not in original color. So what we have to do, just set this value maximum opacity 100, and we have to select this birth color pure white and death color pure white, hit OK. And now we have the original colors, and now close this particle, and here we have to set this birth rate something around 0.1 maybe. Open this physics, and here we have to change this animation type fractal uni, and here we have to down the velocity. So I'm going to set this velocity 0.5, and it's looking like this. So we have to turn off the gravity. So here is the gravity, so I'm going to set this gravity 0. Now we have something like this, and then go to your main composition, go to project, and let's import the particles into this main composition. And here we have this anchor point, so I'm going to set this anchor point right over here maybe. And now I want to start this animation from 3 seconds. So place the CTI on 3 seconds and just drag this particle composition on 3 seconds. And now we have something like this. And just go to maybe 5 second and 10 frame. Hit T on the keyboard to open this opacity. Turn on the stopwatch button. Go to 5 frame forward in time. And let's down the opacity to 0. And we have something like this, as you can see. And after that, just select this layer, right click on that, click on recompose, and this is going to be final composition. So let's call it final. And check this option, move all attributes into the new composition, hit OK. And finally, you can control the size and position of this like button. So hit S on the keyboard. You can down the size to 65% maybe. And I'm going to set this position right over here. And now it's ready for render, as you can see. So just open this final composition and let's take a look. Alright, so it's looking nice, and that's all for this tutorial. I hope you guys like it. If you like it, then hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon to get notified when I will upload my new video. My name is Vikas and I will see you in the next one. Till then, bye bye.